Okay, let's unpack this. Imagine giving away an astonishing $21 billion.
Wow.
Only to still hold a net worth of, what, $11.9 billion? It's just...
It's hard to even wrap your head around those numbers.
Right, and no private jets, no sprawling mansions everywhere, not constantly in the tabloids.
Yeah, none of the usual billionaire trappings.
Just this profound, quiet focus on something, well, far beyond personal accumulation. We're talking about Azim Premji.
A name maybe not as flashy as some, but the impact, huge.
Exactly. Forbes reported those numbers in July 2025. He just embodies this incredible paradox: immense wealth, profound generosity.
Oh, most billionaires are busy compounding their wealth. You could say Premji's been quietly compounding something else entirely.
Impact.
Impact, exactly. And what's truly fascinating here is how his story forces us to radically rethink our whole definition of success and wealth.
Yeah, it really does.
It goes so much deeper than just, standard philanthropy. It's about a fundamental, almost audacious shift in mindset. He truly redefined what it means to own by mastering what it means to release.
That's the core, isn't it? That release. So what makes someone this rich, this bold, and yet so incredibly invisible?
Right. He's not seeking the spotlight at all.
So today, in this deep dive, our mission is to peel back the layers and discover what we're calling Azim Premji's fearless wealth mindset.
I like that framing. Fearless.
We'll explore his unique perspective on money itself, those unconventional strategies he used in business, his really unusual personal habits.
The Spiel lunchbox.
Yeah, that too. And the profound philosophy that guided him, taking a family cooking oil business.
Western India Vegetable Products Ltd.
Quite a mouthful. And turning it into Wipro, a global tech giant, and then into one of Asia's most powerful engines for social change.
So we walk you through his financial thinking, his definition of money.
How he built the wealth in the first place, his career moves.
First famous minimalist habits, definitely.
Yeah. His core life philosophy, how he made decisions.
His quiet, but incredibly powerful social influence.
And finally, how he played the long game, especially during crises.
It's really a journey into a mind that sees wealth not as an end, but as a tool.
A tool to serve a public purpose. That was his phrase, wasn't it?
That's the one.
Okay, so let's jump right in. Where it all started. His financial thinking, how he defined money.
Right. So picture this. He's 21 years old.
Just a kid, really.
Studying electrical engineering at Stanford. This is the heart of what's about to become Silicon Valley.
The absolute cutting edge.
And then he gets the call. His father passed away. Suddenly.
Oh, wow.
He leaves Stanford, abandons that whole future.
Unbelievable what potential he walked away from, seemingly.
To take over the family business, Western India Vegetable Products Ltd., making, believe it or not, cooking oil.
It's quite the pivot, isn't it? From silicon chips to vegetable oil.
Totally. Most people would see that as a massive step backward, leaving innovation for something, well, pretty mundane.
Yeah, traditional.
But Premji, he saw something else. He saw an opportunity, maybe, to redefine what a business could be in India at that time.
And what followed was just revolutionary. Over the next 5 decades, he didn't just manage it.
No, he systematically transformed it into Wipro, global IT powerhouse.
Yeah.
Employs over 240,000 people now.
But even more radical than that corporate reinvention was his view on money itself.
His core conviction.
That wealth must serve a public purpose. He actually said that.
And he didn't just say it. That's the key. It wasn't just PR or some slogan.
No, it was his compass. It directed everything. Get this. From 1999 to 2019, 2 decades, he systematically transferred over 67% of his Wipro shares to the Azim Premji Foundation.
67%. That's just staggering.
It totals over $21 billion in donations. What does that tell you about how he sees wealth?
It tells you he fundamentally rejected the idea of hoarding it. For him, wealth wasn't static, something to protect.
It was dynamic.
Something to direct.
Exactly, a flow. He wasn't afraid of losing it because true wealth for him was never about just having it. It was about possibility, impact.
Right. And when asked about giving away so much, his reason was incredibly simple, almost understated.
What did he say?
Something like, those of us who are privileged must contribute to reducing inequity in the world. Just matter of fact.
Wow, he basically redefined net worth as net impact.
Pretty much. No big marketing campaigns, no fanfare. He just quietly rewrote the rules.
And here's that paradox again. The more he deliberately gave away,
the richer he seemed to become.
Well, yeah, in meaning and purpose, definitely. And he still has billions. It really makes you question your own relationship with money, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That traditional measure of net worth suddenly feels, well, kind of limited.
Very limited. It shifts the whole conversation from personal gain to societal contribution.
Okay, so let's explore how that unique mindset translated into his career strategy, how he built that wealth.
Right, Wipro's journey, cooking oil to cloud computing, that wasn't just diversification.
No, it was a complete, audacious reinvention. Remember, when he took over in '66, India was decades away from being a tech hub.
The IT industry barely existed there.
Exactly. But he saw the future somehow in the late '70s.
When most Indian businesses were focused on, like, textiles, steel.
The traditional stuff, he made a really controversial decision, invested heavily in software development and IT services.
That must have seemed crazy to his peers, a huge risk.
It's been called a quiet leap, driven by conviction, not market trends.
But it paid off big time.
By the '90s, Wipro was one of the big three in India's tech outsourcing boom, alongside Infosys, TCS.
Giants. But what made Wipro stand out besides the tech?
Integrity. That was Premji's stamp. Unwavering commitment to it.
How so?
Under him, Wipro adopted really strict zero-tolerance policies against corruption. They were one of the first Indian firms with truly independent auditing standards.
That must have been tough to implement culturally back then.
You have to imagine so. It's about changing mindsets, not just rules.
And he didn't go for splashy mergers either, did he?
No, his acquisition strategy was very different. Called it a string of focus.
Meaning?
He'd only acquire small, carefully chosen companies that were mission-aligned. They had to reinforce Wipro's core capabilities and values.
Dilute them.
Exactly. It might have looked slower than competitors expanding rapidly, but it built this incredible foundation of trust. A fortress, really.
And throughout all this growth, it was never about him.
That's what's so striking. No grand portraits, no buildings named Premji Hall, no self-aggrandizing slogans.
His leadership playbook teaches something profound there.
That real power isn't what you build for your own glory.
It's what you're willing to release, what you empower others to carry on.
And he lived it. In 2019, he stepped down as executive chairman, passed the torch to his son, Rashad.
But it wasn't just about keeping it in the family, right?
No, not simple nepotism. It seemed very strategic, grounded in ensuring continuity for the mission. Rashad had the experience, the alignment.
And Premji himself, he retained only, 4% of Wipro shares?
Just 4%.
Yeah.
The vast majority. Handed over to the foundation. Permanently.
Wow. Talk about putting your money where your mouth is. The mission mattered more than personal legacy.
Which brings us nicely to his success habits, those unusual behaviors.
Right. While other billionaires are in bespoke suits and, six-figure watches.
Premji's the opposite. Plain clothes. That watch costing supposedly less than $20.
Drives himself sometimes, or takes a taxi, and the famous steel lunchbox he takes to board meetings.
Like millions of ordinary Indians.
And it's clear this isn't some kind of branding stunt, is it? It feels deeper.
Like his operating system. Simplicity is clarity. Austerity as a strategic advantage.
He believed excess clouds judgment. He said a large part of success comes from reducing noise.
Reducing noise. That's powerful. And that wasn't just personal. It shaped Wipro's culture.
The spirit of Wipro.
Yeah, exactly. Built on integrity, accountability, humility. They didn't reward just bold risks.
Only if those risks created long-term, sustainable value.
Right. The message from the top was clear. Impact over image.
And his own daily routine reflects this. Wakes early, works in focused blocks.
And spends hours, apparently, reading education field reports from rural India.
Not just glancing, really reviewing them as a core practice.
While others manage their wealth, he's focused on where wealth can be dismantled, tackling inequality, illiteracy.
Identifying those root causes.
In a world obsessed with being seen, his deliberate invisibility became his power.
By stripping away the noise, he forced people to see what was left.
Conviction, structure, focus.
What a habit, to genuinely refuse to be distracted by the noise of being rich.
It's a lesson in true influence, which leads us to his life philosophy, his decision-making.
Yeah, he never saw success as the end goal, did he?
No, always a responsibility, an ongoing one. That shaped everything.
Like setting up the Azim Premji Foundation way back in 2001.
Funded entirely from his personal wealth. This was long before philanthrocapitalism was trendy.
And that funding source is key. It wasn't a corporate CSR thing for PR.
It was a statement. Change should be deliberate, personal, not delegated.
So when he committed billions to educational infrastructure in underserved parts of India,
people question it, right?
Yep.
Could it scale? Was it sustainable?
But his philosophy was always long-term.
Exactly. His model didn't chase quick wins or publicity. It pursued depth, enduring change.
Every program teacher training, curriculum reform based on years of field research.
And decisions made in classrooms and villages, not glass towers in Mumbai or Bangalore.
That depth over publicity model, foundational.
And that same thinking applied to Wipro's succession, handing over to Rishad.
Not just because he was his son.
No, it was Bazzi. Based on Rishad's experience, his capabilities, his alignment with the core values.
It shows that legacy isn't just what you leave behind, it's what you prepare others to carry forward, empowering them.
Ultimately, his decisions aren't driven by short-term profit or popularity.
No, there's this deep moral clarity. He's always asking what will truly matter in 20, 30, 50 years.
That seems to be his anchor, those unchanging values.
It proves that wisdom comes from knowing what doesn't change. What really stands out, too, is his approach to power and influence, completely unique.
Totally. He never chased headlines or political favors or awards.
Yet, almost invisibly, he reshaped India's whole philanthropic landscape.
Topping the Edelgivsjuren India philanthropy list in 2020. Donated over $1.2 billion that year alone.
And here's the kicker. Most of it done with zero fanfare. No naming rights, no big press conferences.
His influence isn't transactional, it's foundational.
How do you mean?
While others invest in political capital or media presence, he invests in social infrastructure.
Universities, teacher networks, research institutions.
Exactly. His foundation impacts over 350,000 schools, shaping millions of futures.
All without a single billboard with his name on it.
He doesn't need attention to have influence. He gains influence by paying attention to society's real needs.
And that approach, that silent power, is really starting to resonate, isn't it?
Yeah, with a new generation of leaders globally, he's cited for his net impact, not just net worth.
Younger CEOs are studying his model, how he separated wealth from legacy building, decentralized credit, led with integrity.
It's part of this move towards intentional influence, power by design, by system change, not by noise.
And he's a central architect of that without even trying to be.
Just by refusing to play the game the usual way.
Okay, finally, let's look at his crisis strategy, his mastery of the long game.
Right. COVID-19 in India, 2020. Devastating.
Many companies made symbolic gestures, one-off donations. Premji's foundation did something different.
Much more integrated. He committed over $150 million to direct response.
But not just money, right?
No. He mobilized his foundation's huge existing network. Educators, medical experts, field workers.
To coordinate testing, spread awareness, provide support in the remotest areas.
And the key is this wasn't just reactive, it was pre-positioned.
Because of the years of groundwork already done.
Exactly. In public health, grassroots education. It allowed them to move fast and precisely when the crisis hit.
That's his long game strategy. Build slow, deep, resilient systems.
Systems that bend, not break, in a crisis. Investing in that long-term resilience. Building institutions like Azim Premji University.
Designed to outlast him. Incubators for ethical leadership.
And that long-term thinking was in Wipro's business strategy, too.
Avoiding those risky acquisitions, resisting pressure for hypergrowth.
Which analysts criticized at the time. They wanted aggressive expansion.
But that conservatism became Wipro's shield during downturns.
While others cut jobs, Wipro maintained stability, invested in retraining, and kept up its philanthropic giving.
It's incredible. His mastery of the long game is proven by the numbers, really.
Gave away $21 billion, faced down a pandemic, still holds nearly $12 billion.
Not by clinging to wealth.
But by building trust, purpose, systemic impact. That's the real asset.
So in a world obsessed with accumulating, Azim Premji mastered the art of release.
Not just money. He released control, ego, the need to be seen.
And what's left? What endures? It's more powerful than any title.
A reputation for restraint. A legacy built on outcomes, not ownership.
His life really shows that a fearless relationship with wealth isn't about protecting it.
It's about trusting its purpose beyond yourself. Having the courage to let it flow.
Power, in his world, doesn't need to roar.
Sometimes it whispers. Through structure, service, consistency. Through someone not afraid of being forgotten.
Because being remembered was never the point for him.
Changing the future was. For millions.
And maybe that's the real test for all of us listening. Not how much we keep,
but how much we can let go of without losing ourselves.
Not what we build for ourselves, but what we choose to build for others, especially when no one's watching.
So, if his story made you pause, ask yourself, what does wealth truly mean to you? Is it what you own?
Or what you're willing to release? He didn't just give away billions.
He gave us a whole new definition of success, measured in possibility.
If that resonates, we really encourage you to think about it. What would you be willing to let go of to build something that truly lasts?
Because sometimes the richest stories, the most impactful ones, they really are the quietest.